Well, good afternoon to you. It certainly is Thursday. I'm late. I know. I'm sorry. I had to do a little errand for somebody today. Help somebody out this morning. Of course, that's sun being handsome, and just what we wanted, really. Been nice and fresh. Kill off all the old bugs and all. Stay safe. I haven't had a chance to read The Cornishman yet, but perhaps I will this evening. But there we are. I hope everybody's all right. Now, I'm going to do one from the late Brenda Wotton here first, and then I'm going to do one from David Prowse. All right. This is Vera and Arnold's wedding anniversary. When I was a kid up in Bolton, way up in the Lancashire north, I'll tell you how I met my Arnold, if you think, though, that's what it's worth. I'd a job with education, a typing and sorting of files, and growing up fast, I can tell you, and into all them woman wiles. I had to take down their particulars of all the young men engineers. And just now and then I note one of them, just one that I'd fancy my dears. I came across one chap called Arnold, from a place that was known as Cornwall. But when I read his bits, they'd not struck me. Didn't fancy young Arnold at all. Well, it wasn't that many days later that I found myself at the dance, and some of the engineer students attended the same just by chance. And there once again I met Arnold. He told me his surname was Round, and that's when I thought, well, he's not bad at all. Well, no worse than some others I'd found. He was tall, dark, and quite a nice dancer, and into his arms I did melt. We had such a nice time, and then I took him home to meet mother, I felt. Well, 40 years on, we're still dancing. My mum thought that he was nice too, and we have now a son and a daughter. There's all sorts that we have been through. And so then I came down to Cornwall, a bride in my new wedding gown, and I'm happy to say I was glad of the day I took Arnold's particulars down. And this here one's by David Prowse. It was getting colder, Jan remarked. I can feel it in my bones. My feet are always first to towel. They're like the Piper stones. Poor Ada gets the worst of it, 'cause when we goes to bed, she'd a mutter about the concrete blocks I'd a push up against her leg. I've tried all sorts down through the years, from things that I've been told. You can get these fancy thermals, but they're dearer, boy, than gold. Then Willie John said, do like me when the chill of winter bites. The best thing of the lot, my son, is a pair of woman's tights. So I went and asked my Ada. Of course, she had to make me squirm. Well, Jas Travaska, she replied, I do believe you're on the turn. You better take your fancy from the airon cupboard shelf, but if you want them black and sexy, you can buy them for yourself. Next morning pulling turnips, and the wind was like a knife, but my legs and feet were cosy thanks to my beloved wife. You're chirpy, Jan, said Henry. How's your darling Ada May? She's fine, I said, and feeling extra close to me today. Perhaps Henry's horse was listening. He decided to be cute, and bolted with the turnip cart, and me in hot pursuit. Well, he done such a racing turn, I heard the tail get cracked, and 50,000 turnips come flying out the back. Oh, my foot, oh, my leg, I was in some sorry state. The boys run round and hiked me up, but I couldn't take my weight. Each time I tried to stand up straight, the pain was getting worse. So we hobbled off down along the road to see the district nurse. The next thing I remember, I was on this big settee. Nurse Florence Penaluna was there fiddling with my knee. I better take a look, she said, while grinning through her teeth, and suddenly recalled what I was wearing underneath. And as I lashed around and struggled, she said, come on, don't be shy. And then she whipped away my trousers in the blinking of an eye. Then silence while I waited for a giggle or a scream, but Florence Penaluna wasn't nowhere to be seen. Then her voice off in the corner said, I'm writing up my notes in case of complications and the need for antidotes. Though I feel this diagnosis should be written up in lights. Minor bruising round your ankles and a ladder in your tights. Now take care, everybody, and look after yourselves.